All right, let's get this going. So we left off with the palindrome check in recursive functions. So now we're going to do the problem that comes after that, exercise. Okay, bisection search, we did that a few days ago maybe. Maybe I even have it inside my spider program. Let's see. Greatest common denominator, no. Guessing a secret number using bisection. Okay. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it's a good nose. Okay, as long as the string's in alphabetical order. First test the middle character of a string against the character you're looking for. If they're the same, we're done. We found the character we're looking for. If they're not the same, check if the test character is smaller than the middle character. If so, we'll need to consider the lower half of the string. Okay, that's why you have to put it in alphabetical order. Otherwise, we'll consider the upper half. Okay. Implement the function is in character A string, which implements the above idea recursively to test if characters in string A string. Character will be a single character and A string will be a string that's in alphabetical order. The function should return a Boolean value. Okay. So the middle one, if the middle one is the same, then that would be, that would, I guess, be the base case for that in recursion. Please think of a number between 0 and 100. How does this work? So this was the one part that I was stuck on with this one. I remember that, while true. Okay, what do we want this to do? First, test the middle character. So I guess we'll do a while true again. Let's start with that. I like this one. I'm trying to chill out a bit. Oh, that probably was trauma. All right, this is where we should be looking. So we're just testing, but first we need to, oh, it is already alphabetized, okay. It needs to be, but it shouldn't be a while loop. It has to be a recursion. And what, okay. And what do recursions have? Let's refresh our memory. And what recursions like? Because they have a certain syntax. Oh, it's got to call itself inside. That's right. That'll be for testing the sections, right? So what are we doing here? We're checking characters, checking a character inside a string, so we're just checking one character against another. So the base would be if they're equal. So if character in a string return true, but how do we check? Requires one of our base cases. What is our base case? Our base case is if character equals, how do we say the midpoint here? And then the other thing that we had was in bisection. In a bisection search, you have to have, I don't think we need an epsilon. I don't think we need high, low divided by 2. We need that stuff. So defining the range, right? So can we do it up here, like high equals len a string and low equals a string, and what index would it be? 0. And the index is the length of the string. Is that right? But I don't want to return, because they're letters, I don't want to return that value if I'm going to multiply them, right? I want to return their index. So I guess we'll just say the length of the string, and it's going to put out a number, and then this one will be 0. Mid is high plus 0. Divided by 2, right? So the length of string is 14 plus 0 divided by 2. I don't even think we need low, we just need the length of the string and the length of the string divided by 2, because the string will index 0 will always be 0. So we just need the total length, the count of the length. Maybe we don't even need to assign high, we just say length of a string divided by 2 is the midpoint. Oh, look at that. Removing redundancy, I'm getting better. if character equals mid, right? Or is it a str? I love this too. Index mid. And mid is the length of the string divided by 2. Okay, maybe, right? Because we want to tell it which one by the index. Does index work for strings? I don't know. Maybe it's only for lists, but I guess we'll find out. Probably all of this I should be doing in Spider, actually. Let's close this one. What's this one got in it? Nothing. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So we'll make a fake A string. ASTR equals A short. And the divider, dividing by 2, will return only the integer portion. So that should be good in ensuring that we get an actual index number and nothing in between. Okay, and so we're saying if our base case is basically saying if a character is the midpoint, then we're going to return true. Else, what are we going to do? We're going to replace, right, we want to do so we took the midpoint. How do we do that again? Let me look. I know we wrote it down. Here it is. Ah, that's right. So then high will equal what else how am I going to do this? So what we need to do is change the so I guess we'll just divide the length of the string by 2 again. But we also need to check if, right? If else, if character less than, no, greater than. Right, so there's 3, oops, there we go. There's 3 things we could do. If the character is equal, and I guess it should be, I mean, my difficulty now is I'm not supposed to be writing it in iteration, which is the other one. I have to write it in recursion. Which means it needs to call itself. And it needs to call is in character, comma, a string. What is that going to be? Mid minus the other one? Oh, my stream is good. Hey. How are you doing today? I'm working on this, testing if the character's in string via recursion in Python. Know anything about Python? Point me in the right direction here. I've done it already in iteration, but recursion requires you to call the function in itself. So I'm trying to define, like, how do we do that?
Here's an example right here. Good old acrobat.
Yes.
Define the function and then call the function within itself.
If that ELIF. Okay, so I could say if it's greater than, if it's less than, and then call the function. So if the character is greater than a string mid, thank you, we do something. Oops, too many lines. What do we do if the character is more than that? I don't know yet. Let's we'll think about it more. ELIF, character is less than a string mid. We're going to do something else. And that's going to keep happening over and over again as long as this is happening until the character equals a string mid. Oh, what happens? I mean, we need to... we find the midpoint by doing the half of the length of the string A, right? Okay, so I have that defined here. Oh, maybe you all can't. Sorry. Sadness of using a template, I guess. I can't change the size of my picture very easily. How's the sound? Besides, like, sounds of traffic and ambulances on my side. All right, what are we gonna do? Oops, first I got that wrong. Let's fix that. Okay. So if the character is equal to a string mid, then we're going to return true. Else if the character is greater than, because it's already, they're putting in alphabetical order for us, like behind the scenes. It's an alphabetized string, so we can say if one is less than, if it's less than the midpoint, whatever the string is, then it will look smaller. Take the next chunk down. So we've taken the length and we divided by 2. So then what we need to do is divide it by 2 again, right? So what we're going to do is, if the character is greater than, I wonder, should we define it inside here and then we can do mid every time? We'll call it again and divide it by 2 again. This A string mid is here. Ah, because what we actually should be doing is taking, so I'm thinking now that we're basically, when we take a string mid, we're updating, once we test it and say, like, is the character the actual middle point? No. Then we say if the character is larger, then what we need to do is basically take the midpoint as the low point. Let me write this down. I have to think out loud a lot. So if it's not the midpoint, if not mid, then what it's going to do is, if it's greater, then the midpoint becomes the low, and the length of the string is still the high point, and then we run high and low again. So actually I didn't quite set this up correctly. We still need a high and a low. I thought we could just do it with mid by just saying the mid is found with the length of the string divided by 2, but we still need to do a high and a low. And I think that's also why I have to put high and low in here, because high and low is going to change. So let's put high is equal to len of a string, yes, and low is equal to 0. And mid is going to be high plus low divided by 2. This song is nice too. And I just have a test string in here because where we're submitting it, they have the information already defined in the background. But for here, for me to run the test would require me to have input for a string. And I should probably put a character in here as well, so what happens. Actually, I think these are what we call down here. Yes. That will be like at the end. We'll say like print whatever. Okay. So then what we need to do is if the character is greater than a string mid, low what do we do with low? What do we do with low? We're going to make low equal to a string mid. The problem is, to write recursive, I need to be calling itself again. So then low equals a string mid, and then what would we say? Return is in character a string again. Hold on. Ah. Maybe we do like an and. I know this one will be I is equal to a string mid, because that moves, that's the bisection. So it's really saying, like, okay, we're looking at the midpoint here. Okay, that's not the answer. Then what are we going to say? Is if the character is less than the midpoint, we're going to make the high point be the midpoint, and we'll look again, and the low point will stay 0, and then we'll find another midpoint and we'll test it again. The problem is to make it recursive, I need to be calling the function. So what am I doing to make the function go again and again, and what is the function doing that it would go again and again? I guess we would just say, and then call it again. We'll try. Because it's going to run the check again. Okay, what's it giving me shit about here? High is assigned but never used. It's assigned right there. And it's used right here in that. Do we need to put this inside here? Maybe. Because I think there's something where I'm not able to change. I remember the speaker saying something about this. You're not able to change definitions outside of the recursive function. So these have to be inside the recursive function. Whew, what's happening today? It's like my brain is working. Ooh, maybe we just say, no, we need to change low, but maybe we, well, let's try this. Let's try this inside here and see what we got. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Too big. There we go. It's better. Be smaller. Open up here. Okay. Oh, bye, Scorched Turtle. And we're going to print is in character is, we'll say B, and the A string is going to be okay. Let's see what happens if we run this. I'm gonna have to name it first. What are we naming it? We're gonna name it recursive finding character in string. Sure. String indices must be integers. The length of A string is an integer. complaining about? Line 20. It should be an integer. Hold on. I don't want it to be a float. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, that's for... Base cases. That gives me a hint too. There should be a couple base cases, I guess. Oh, and then the final thing is also like if it goes all the way through and nothing comes out, then what else? I think this is ELIF. And I think we need an else down here. Facile. False. False was what I was trying to get to there. Okay, string indices. Okay, so it's not happy with, let's see, line 20, in is in. If character is equal to maybe instead of indices, instead of brackets, I'll use parentheses and see if that helps. Oops, wrong way. I gotta figure out how to do like find and replace or whatever. So it's like more
Control
easy
F.
and quick.
Oh, is this a web browser?
No.
Control F is usually fine.
Okay. Invalid syntax ELIF. Oops. There we go. Okay. So, we're getting closer. Let's see if this will work. Object is not callable. We have to add an ASTR, right? This will still be a string. Let's try again. String object is not callable. Why isn't this giving me an integer? It's giving me a string. Why is it giving me a string? Okay, because division, the result is a float, we need double divisor sign. We need this one. That might do it. Let's see. Nope. Somehow, a string mid. Are, okay, let's look at some hints. See how we're doing. Basic function structuring. Maybe we need to make it like a range from like 0 to the length of the string. So like if character in range 0, no. This should be a double equals. That's not the one it was yelling about. It is the one it was yelling about. I mean, the length of the string should give me the number, and then that one, but then we need like we need to do it like this, like then make it like an index there, because right now it's just the index, so it's not returning the actual letter. But it should if we put it inside here, but how are we doing that? Okay. Before you execute the recursive case, test the middle character. Okay. So before we enter the recursive case, we test the middle character, which is saying if this character is what we're looking for. So if maybe we do it the other way, if a string mid look, there's a bunch of people out here now doing like door knocking and stuff. Yeah, a bunch of people. Are they getting 6 police cars pulling up to them? No, they're not. There's like a whole corner block full of people. Not believe what I saw today. You can check out my Twitter if you want to see. I posted it and called out the city. So if you never hear from me again, you know where I am. It's just wow. Wow. I think like part of the problem was there were only 3 of them as well. Like if you're gonna do some stuff, you need to make sure there's plenty of you. Also, they're on this town's side, not the other town side of the street. All right. So instead of, my example here is like the palindrome check. So if, so if, not length S, but what if we do if len a string divided by 2 equals the character, because we take the length of the string and we divide it by 2, it can't equal the character because that's an integer and that's a right? So it would be the same thing, right? We just, instead of saying mid, we write that there. And then we set low equal to this. So we're saying if length of the string integer divided by 2 is equal to the character, so we're testing the midpoint, we're going to return true. Otherwise, if the character is greater than the midpoint, we make the low the midpoint, and then we run again the is in character, right? And then if it's less than, instead of the midpoint, I need to do this. Is this right? And then we don't need any of these, right? Because we're doing the test inside. Oh, we do need a low and a high though. Low is equal to 0. And high is equal to len of a string. Okay, type error. This is not supported between instances of string and integer. Okay, let's read some more hints. You should be thinking about 3 situations. What happens when the string is empty? Okay. what happens when the string is of length 1, and what happens when the test character equals the middle character. All right, so we got the test character equals the middle character. We need to do the other two. So when the string is empty, it's always going to return false, and if the string length is 1, we should test that case. So if the character equals the string, right? Let's see. So we need to check base cases. How do we do multiple base cases? I know we saw this. I think we put them as ELIFs. That's not how you spell that. There you go. Okay, what else are we doing here? Okay, so we say if the length of the string divided by 2 is equal to the character, but it's not the length of the string divided by 2. The length of the string divided by 2 gives us the midpoint index, and then we need to pull that result out. Would it be a string, the index of this? I don't know. We'll give it a try. So if it equals the midpoint, return true. If the character equals the string, so if the string is just 1, then that should test all that, return true. Then we should say something like, I guess I can reorder them, right? So the first one should be like, if a str, stuff going on outside, if a str equals an empty string, return false. ELIF, return true. ELIF, return true. Okay, so now we have the 3 base cases, right, which will either return false or true or true. And then we look at, if none of these are true and it's still going through, then we say, is it bigger? And if it's bigger, then let's try again. Here. Line 19. Because it's a test, right? So it needs to be double equals. What's this? Yeah, that's probably part of the problem too, because we say low is equal to this, but then we never do the high and the low again. So this would need to be so if it's less, what if we do the function again divided by that? Maybe. Where a string here would be divided by the length of a string divided by 2, right? So that's what I think we're getting there. So we don't need this. Right? That's right. No, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so if the character is greater than the length of the string divided by 2, then we're going to run it again, and we're going to run it by taking the character will remain the same, but the string length will be divided by 2. Oh, also, they said that this problem would take 20 minutes. We're at like 45 so far. But I think that it takes me at least 6 times as long as they say that it will take. So if it's 20 minutes, then that's like 2 hours. No! I think we're getting close. So now we never use low and high. We have to make it so either the character is seen as an integer, which I don't think so. We need to make sure the length of the string is seen as an index so that it spits out the character to compare it. Or do we just say integer or character? What line was that? 23? Okay, so at least these are getting through the checks. Let's be happy for the little things here. Let's just, why not? We'll try it. Invalid syntax. Maybe not. Invalid literal for integer with base 10 b. Okay, so we can't turn this into an integer. What we need to do is turn the integer into the index that it is, because it's returning. Oops. When we divide the length by 2, what we're getting is, this is the index, like, because the length is going to give us an integer, right? So that integer is actually, when we divide it by 2, that's the index of the midpoint. How do we get that? how do we say, do we do this? A string and then brackets to make that be an index. And then we're going to return is in character, but then do we say the length of the string divided by 2? Is that right? And then that's what we do every time, is we keep dividing by 2 until the midpoint equals, or until any of these test cases are true, right? Let's see, try again. Okay, it's still not supported between character and, wait, where is that one? Ah, there it is. I didn't change that. Okay, let's try again. Object of type float has no length. What line was that? 19? Sassy! Oh my god, thank you so much. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Thanks. Hi everybody. We're not doing like super fun things here. I'm just learning Python, and right now I'm struggling of how to make it an index. But I think maybe, I'm positive, I always think maybe this is the time I press play and it runs without errors. We'll see. Let's see. Okay. So it's angry that object is type float has no length. So I took out the double divisor, and that should make it an integer. Let's see. String indices must be integers. Thanks. Enjoy food. Thanks again. So nice of you. I appreciate it. Okay, so at least it's seen that I'm trying to make an indice, right? But it's telling me it has to be an integer. And let me see. Do I use the divider or the double divider? I thought if I use the double divider, it makes it a... Have I gone too far? My bisection search notes. Let's see. Is it in here? Okay, here they are. So division will have the result be a float. So it can't be a float, it has to be an integer. So to make it an integer, we do integer division, which is double divider signs. Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. Okay, here we are.
Okay. Setting 15 minutes on the timer. Done with all the email entries.
I think what I want to do, let's see if we can make it false. Let's see if we can test these other cases first. So the string's empty. Let's see what happens. It returns false. Okay, so that one is fine. Sub 17, awesome. We have that base case. Then we need to know. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's see. Then what? Then we need to check if the midpoint is equal to the character. So let's make that one. So let's do A, B, C. Okay, who's not happy with this? Let's try the double divisor to make it an integer. Oh, that grease is nice. Yeah, so I'm going to eat on string. Okay. So that proves that this makes it an indice and it works. So if we make these all divided by like that, then it should work. Let's change this string. We want to say if the character equals the string. Let's see if it prints out 2 as well. Let's try again. Running our test cases. Debugging. Trial and error coding. That's how I do it. Let's see. What's the other test case? So an empty set. If it's equal. Yes. We just did that one if it was equal. Now let's try A, B, C, D, G, H, I, J. Sure, let's try that one because we know this will test if the character is less than condition. And it's not happy with line 19. I mean, this should be false, right? It's not equal to the character, so we return false. What if instead of doing length, we just divide it? Nope. How's it gonna work? And then not work. So, and if this is false, it should just check the next one. Right? So that works. Why isn't it working when it gets bigger? Let's look at some more hints. What should your recursive case be? Okay, I have those too. So it's using mid, like okay, so they're doing integer length a string divided by 2 is the mid. So they're actually writing the high, low, and mid. Like this, length of a string divided by 2. And then this would be mid. I like that a lot better than writing it over and over again. And this would be then we would take the, I guess we take mid and divide it by 2. So this would be mid. And mid is an integer, and we'll do integer division so that we don't get a float out the other side. If you use a single hash, you'll get a float. So that's good. Let's see. So now that equals true. Now let's test all these states again. So if it's ABC, it equals true, which is good. That's right here. That's this one. If string mid equals that character, return true. We also need to see if character equals the string. Will it run and return true? Yes. And if it's empty, will it run and return false? Yes. Now let's look at something longer. We know it should be less. The character is less than the string midpoint. And we run is in like this. Let's see. Integer object is not scriptable. Maybe, okay, it's running into problems when it tries to run it again. Index mid, so would it be like ASTR mid? Oh, maybe it's because it's not inside. Bless you. Maybe because it's not inside, it's we can't update mid. So what we should do is let's put mid inside. And then yeah, mid is defined here. Okay, so it's a mid. Object type has no length. Getting close, but let's see if we can find anything here. Ah, it's length of a string, so that's interesting. They're doing it that way. Okay. I just said if it's an empty set, so that works. Ah, I see what they're doing. So they're returning is in character A from there to the length or from there to the index. So if it's greater than, we say is in character A string colon len A string. So then you're going from the midpoint to the length of the string. Is that right? So we'll say if ELIF, else if, okay. So this should be else. You can't have double else's. But we need a point where it's not even in there. What happens? So we're saying if it's greater than the midpoint, then the midpoint becomes the low point. So this would be mid to the length of the string. If it's less than that, then it would be a string, and it would be mid, right? A string mid. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so it returned true there. So that was is B inside this string? Yes. So that worked. Now let's try, instead of B, let's try J. Hilarious. And that's true too. So maybe this is the code. Let's see. Let's take this. That's already defined. We're going to take this and we're going to stuff it in there and see what happens. Ah, that shouldn't be there. Let's try again. Mm, 3 out of 5 points. We're getting close. Let's see what our output is saying. Yes, so I need something where if it's not in there at all, then we say false. Can I put another, like, what else do I say? It's this, it's this, it's this. Else it's that. But I feel like we need to add something like an else return false. And I have an ELIF here and then an else return false. Let's try it inside here, right? So let's try doing P, because it's not even in that string. What happens? Maximum recursion length exceeded. Okay, so that means there's no out when it's not even in there. So let's try another else. Return false. There we go. Syntax error because there's a second else. So could this be ELIF as well? No. ELIF needs these other things here.
Nina,
What?
I'm gonna check this out.
Really? Can you wait a second?
It's on ELIF thing.
Let me finish this thought first.
Okay.
Still maximum recursion depth. So I'm saying if this or this or this or this, if it gets done, it's never there, then it's false. What?
Sure. It's just if at the end is else and then ellipse all the way in the middle, sandwiched in the middle. As many as you want.
Yes, and I did that, and now it's not happy either. So the problem is it will always be greater than. So I want to say something like if character is greater than the length of the string. Let's try that again. So we'll make this an else. And we'll make another ELIF up here, which is basically saying ELIF character greater than a len, right? Len of a string, return false. String index out of range. -1. Nice! I might have gotten it. And it only took us like 1 hour and 20 minutes. But I think we might have just gotten this. Let's try all of the other ones again. Let's try J. Oops. Play. True. Let's try B. True. Okay, let's copy paste this sweet piece. Yeah, that was the one thing I was missing. Nice. Next. Now we're gonna watch a video, I think. Yep. Okay, gotta get ready to take copious notes. I'll be happy if we finish this one today. This is like week 2, section 4, and it said it would take 1 hour and 10 minutes, and so far it's taken me like 3 days of 4 hours work. So when I said it was 1 to 6, it's probably more like 1 to 12. But I'm getting it. I'm getting it. What color are we gonna use now? Purple. Okay. Let's go.
Now that we have the ability to create functions, to define our own functions, we're going to be able to start solving some really neat problems, including some of the ones we've just looked at. But one of the things that's going to happen is that we're going to be able to create lots of functions, and that means that we need to think about how to handle them. So far, we've assumed that all of our code is stored in one file. And that's cumbersome when I've got large collections of code, or especially when I've got a collection of code that's going to be used by different places or different people in different places, and I'd like to be able to access it directly. And so for that, we're going to introduce something you're going to use a lot. It's called a module. And basically a module is a Python file that has something with a .py extension to it that's a collection of Python definitions of statements. Once I've got that module, I can use it. And I need to talk briefly about how do you use it. So for example, imagine I've created a little file called circle.py. It's a Python file called circle. And it's got in it a couple of simple functions for dealing with properties of circles. Compute the area, compute the circumference. I've also put a definition of pi inside of there. I've saved that file away, and now I want to use it. How might I use it? Well, I can import it. I can either import it into the shell itself, or I could import it.
We're going to back it up.
I've also put a definition of pi inside.
Because we're doing, okay, example, circle.py, and it contains a definition of pi, which is 0.14159, and we're going to define, it has a definition of the area, turn pi times the radius squared, and then we define the circumference. Of the radius, and we return 2 times pi times the radius. Okay, next part.
I've saved that file away, and now I want to use it. How might I use it? Well, I can.
Okay, so we can okay. So we can do it. Do we have to import first? Let's see.
I can import it. I can either import it into the shell itself, or I could import it, in fact, into some other file because I want to use it there.
Okay. So we can import it. Into the shell with import Okay.
And so the usage here is if I invoke the command import circle, it goes and finds that file and reads all of the statements, including the definitions and assignments inside that file, into, in this case, the shell.
Okay.
Now, inside of the shell, I could redefine pi to be 3. That's okay because I'm walking inside the shell. I could print that out, and in that case, it's going to print out 3. But then I could print out the value of pi that was defined in the module circle. And to do that, I use this notation here.
So we can define pi, we can redefine pi to be 3, and then if we, inside the shell, print pi, we'll get 3. But if we do print circle dot pi, we'll get the 3.14159. If we do print circle dot area 3, we will get, it plugs it in there and returns it back out to us, 28.27431. And if we do print circle dot circumference over radius 3, we will get 18.849539 repeating. Okay. Ooh.
Of circle with a dot followed by pi. It's telling me in the module circle, look up the value of pi. And that will print out what I defined as 3.14159. And similarly, I could call the function defined in circle, being the dot that says inside of the circle module, get the function called area, and call it on an argument 3, and it prints out something. And the same thing with circumference. So I can import things into my environment, whether again it's the shell, or as we'll see later on, inside of another environment, or sorry, inside of another file itself, because I want to use it there. If I don't want to refer to the functions and variables by their module, if I don't want to use that slightly clunky circle.pi or circle.area, and I know that the names in that module don't collide with things I'm using directly, either inside the shell or inside of a new function, I can in fact do a slightly different version in which I say from a module, in this case circle, import everything. And the everything is done by simply giving it a star. That will bring all of the definitions, all of the assignments into that environment. But now I simply refer to them by their name. I don't have to put that extra circle dot in front of them. This has the effect of creating bindings within the current scope for all of the objects defined within circle. And the statements, as a consequence, within a module are executed only the first time a module is imported. If I want to redo something, I have to recall that actual invocation. But that gives me a nice way to start building modularity at a higher scale, by files as well as by functions.
Okay.
And that leads to the last piece we're going to deal with today, which is we need a way to save our work for later use. And we certainly have that if we do something inside of the text editor, but we also want to be able to do that inside of computations we're doing. Every operating system on a computer has its own way of handling files, and so Python handles this by providing an operating system independent way of accessing files called a file handle. And the way that is done is by using the special command open and giving it the name of a file and giving it a command. So in this particular case, open is going to open up a file handle, that is an access into a file with the name kids, and the W here says that it's opened for writing. I'm going to be able to write into it. And I've bound that to a name so I can refer to it. Name handle is the handle that gets into that file. That allows me then to use it. So for example, I could write a little loop. Handle is the handle that gets into that file. That allows me then to use it. So for example, I could write a little loop that says to the user, type in a name, and I'll write it into that file by again using name handle and the dot and then the write command. And this little.
Oh, I'm going to write this down. Name is inputs. Enter name. I know this is so like not exciting at all, but I don't think, you know, learning is not glamorous. It's difficult, uncomfortable, messy. And then we do name handle. So open and close. I learned a little bit about this when I did Code Academy. This is much more in depth for sure, because this was like the end of Code Academy, and this is like the beginning of the series.
A little extra character here is a string that just says do a carriage return or start a new line after the end of this write. I could do it as many times as I want. In this case, it was just going to be 2 times. But what I'm doing is I'm writing directly into a file, in this case called kids, things that I'm inputting on the terminal. You can imagine I'm also doing computations and writing them away. When I'm done, I close the file handle by invoking the method close, being with name handle, because that's the one I set up here, dot close, and the open close paren to say that it's actually an invoking of a function that closes up the file. And finally, I can do the same thing where I want to read from a file by giving it the special string R. And in this case, I could read from that file and just print out a set of things, and when I'm done, again, close them off.
Right, read,
So this gives you a little bit more power now, and it's part of that idea of modularity. I have functions giving me modularity. I can have collections of functions inside of files. I can create files as I'm interacting with them, and I can use all of those ideas to really control the complexity of the systems that I'm building.
Okay. Now what? Okay. I think I can finish these. No problem. This will be easy. Assume 2 files below are in the same folder. You run inventory py. What happens? What? Ah, okay. So here, thank you for that hint down there. Person saying click on it. Okay. Assume the 2 files are in the same folder. You run inventory py. What happens? Prints AA. These 2 files below are in the same folder. You run inventory py. What happens? How is it not the same? Because it prints batteries AA, but we don't have where's batteries. We haven't imported batteries, right? Yeah, there's an error. These files are in the same folder. You run inventory py. What happens? Import batteries. Then we do batteries AA, and we get big A's. From batteries, import all. Ooh, wait. I guess so. From batteries, import all of them. Then assign that AA is a small AA, and then prints small AA, big AAA. Big C, big D. There we go. Submit. Let's see what's next here. Time the discussion. Next. Okay, we're up to week 2. Simple programs, complete programming experience, polysum. This is the great one. Regular polygon has n number of sides. Each side has 9 paths. Ooh. It's a big trip. Semi. I think I'm gonna take like just a few minutes to stretch, bio break, and get myself some water, food, etc. before we tackle this. And then we'll be tackling hopefully both of these. It's only one. We should be able to get through both of them by the end of today. But let me just take a little break. I'll be right back. Like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes tops. Bye. Enjoy the music.
you're standing in the rain. You said I don't need you like that, but I do, but I do. I'm telling that sun to come back. Your figure fading in the gray. Blue skies don't tease me like that, like you do, like you do. I'm feeling like the world's about to change when the hummingbirds are singing in the rain. Dreaming that I'm standing in the light. Do you love me? Can you feel the sunshine? Make it brighter for me. When that sun comes shining on me. Feels like this storm's holding back. Soon I'll be swimming in the drain. I walk but I fall off the track to the blue, to the blue. But I don't wanna look the other way, and I don't wanna wake up in a painting, dreaming of that rainy summer day. Do you love me? Can you feel the sunshine? Make it brighter for me. When that sun comes shining on me. I said, can you feel the sunshine?
Just a couple more minutes. I'll be right back. Also, beer food. Thank you for the auto roast.
Can you feel the sunshine? Make it brighter for me. When that sun comes shining on me. I said, can you feel the sunshine? Make it brighter for me. When that sun comes shining on me. Can you feel the sunshine? Make it brighter for me. When that sun comes shining on me. I said, can you feel the sunshine? Make it brighter for me. When that sun comes shining on me. I said, can you feel the sunshine? Make it brighter for me. When that sun comes shining on me.
We're back. And bit of a costume change in surprise of no one who knows me. I ate some food and of course I spilled it on myself. So yeah. There's that. So I'm not surprised by it. I'm just like, yeah, typical. Typical, of course. Of course. And it was a mango. It would have been better if it was on this shirt. The other shirt was like very, very light blue. So that orange mango, I don't know. I washed it as quickly as I could, but I don't know if it's gonna come out. Oh, Because I ate. Oh, much better. Okay. Write a function called polysum. It takes two arguments, f and n. Say define dirt. Define polysum n comma s. Oops. Let's put like some triple quotes. What do we say? The perimeter of a polygon area. Okay, so this is going to sum the area and square the perimeter of the regular polygon. Perimeter, yeah. Where n equals number of sides and s equals the length of each side. So there we go. Triple quotes. All right, now what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? What to import? We're supposed to be doing imports. Library. Which library should you be importing at the beginning of your code in order to call the tangent function and get the pi constant? I'm guessing it's math. Import math. Is that right? From math import star, we can do that. Let's see. And I think the perimeter the function should sum the area and square the perimeter. So, right, the perimeter is equal to 4 times s. And then we say the area is equal to gonna need a lot of parentheses for this. 0.25. Oh, is my music still playing or no? It might actually be done. Could be through that playlist. Yeah, we're through that playlist. What are we gonna do now? We try this one. It's a station, so it won't stop. Okay, I hope that works. All right. 0.25 times n times s we're going to need another, at least one more parentheses up there. We'll do it divided by the tangent of pi. We just write pi, I think so. Yeah. Pi divided by n. I think that's enough. So there's there, there, there. "20 minutes later, oh, hi." All right. And then we're going to say it's n times s, not 4 times s, n times s. Right, number of sides times the length of each side. Right, because I'm thinking like if you have a square and each side is bud and the perimeter is 20, so that works. What do we do next? And then the function returns the sum rounded to 4 decimal places. Then we want the sum equals perimeter squared plus, oh, maybe I can't write sum. I think I need to write like result or something like that. Yeah. Sum, I think, has a function attached to it. What are we adding? Plus sum of the area and the square. So area. Area plus perimeter squared. I'll write it that way. I like that way. That sounds better. It's fine. So the result equals, so it's going to take these, it's going to calculate the perimeter, it's going to calculate the area, then it's going to give me the result of the area plus the perimeter squared, and then it's going to return the result rounded to 4 decimal places. Now, I'm wondering if that's when you do the percent 04D, but I think I might need to do it even bigger. Not sure. How do we round to 4 decimal places? Let me look. Yes, here we go. Okay, so we want percent period 4F and then result. See if that works. Instead of 2, we do 4. Yes, I'm still Pythoning.
Pythonerating.
Tangent may be undefined or defined from star imports math primitive. So we're just gonna say import math. Math.tan and math.py. There it is. And math.py. Oops, not myth. Not math, but math. There we go. Yeah. Let's run it, see what we got. We're gonna call this some rounding result. Sure. We need to give what NNS is. So we say print poly sum 4, 5. Yeah, let's try it. 425 and 1, 2, 3, 4 digits after a decimal point. I love it. Okay, so let's do this. Is that everything here? No, let me... Right, because we imported math, so then we need to tell it math and then go into math here, and yeah. Submit. Come on. Incorrect. 0 out of 10 points. No. So they did this, return round area, or which would be like result. Well, Okay. They want it rounded a different way, maybe. So maybe we want to return round. Oops. Round. And that's results, comma, 4. Okay, that was right. So that was the problem there. So it should work, but apparently that's like numpy and not math. So let me just document how we can round results, since we just learned that awesome thing. Rounding. Math rounding in Python. We can do round results and then comma and then we'll say 4, but this is like number of decimal places. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, we're doing peer assessment now. Writing code that can be read by others and understanding code that others wrote. You'll upload a Python file and your code will be graded by 3 of your peers on its coding style, readability, code comments, variable names, and modularity. In the box you can type anything like file attached as an optional exercise but worthwhile to attempt. Wait, isn't this the same thing? I have to upload a Python file. So first I need to go to this one and change this to round results, comma, 4. Where do I want to put it? Where is this? Okay, it's under the Python thing. All right, let's see if I can put it in here. Okay. There we go. Polysum rounding result. Sum of the perimeter squared and the area of polygon with n sides of length s. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's put our answer in there. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Is this how we do this? I don't know. Probably not, maybe. The file contains the function definition of the polysum, which takes two arguments, n, number of sides of the polygon, and s, length of each side. This function will return the sum of the area and the square of the perimeters rounded to 4 decimal points. Oh, I forgot the rounded 4 decimal points. Yeah, it doesn't work. Whatever, I'll give them 5. 5. 5. Okay. Contains a function to find the sum of the area and the square of the perimeter of a regular polygon, takes the arguments. Okay, whatever. We're just going to give everybody good, good, good. Oh, did I not do that? Good. 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 Oh, I have 3 completed now? Oops. How many am I supposed to do? I think we're done with this. That's pointless. That was dumb. Okay, so now we're in week 2, simple problems, problem set 2. Oh, good lord. What time is it? 1:44, so I have to leave in 45 minutes. Let's see what this is. Okay. Each month, a credit card statement will come with the option for you to pay the minimum amount of your charge, usually 2% of the balance due. However, the credit card company earns money by charging interest on the balance that you don't pay. So even if you pay credit card payments on time, interest is still accruing on the outstanding balance. So if you've made a $5,000 purchase on a credit card with 18% annual interest rate, 2% minimum monthly payment. If you only paid a minimum monthly amount for a year, how much is the remaining balance? You can think about this the following way. At the beginning of month 0, when the credit card statement arrives, assume that you owe an amount we'll call B0. B for balance, subscript 0 to indicate the balance at month 0. Any payment you make during that month is deducted from the balance. That's called the payment you make in month 0, payments of 0. Thus, your unpaid balance for month 0. U, B sub 0, is equal to B0 minus P0 sub 0. B sub 0 minus P sub 0. At the beginning of month 1, the credit card company will charge you interest on your unpaid balance if your annual interest rate is R. Then at the beginning of month 1, your new balance is your previous unpaid balance, U, B sub 0, plus the interest on this unpaid balance for the month. In algebra, this new balance would be B1 equals UB sub 0 plus R divided by 12, because that's the number of months, multiplied by UB sub 0. In month 1, we'll make another payment, P1. P sub 1. That payment has to cover some of the interest costs, so it does not completely go towards paying off the original charge. Balance at the beginning of month 2, P2, can be calculated by first calculating the unpaid balance after paying P1, then by adding the interest accrued. So U B sub 1 is equal to B sub 1 minus B sub 1, and B sub 2 is equal to U B sub 1 plus the interest rate, R, divided by 12, multiplied by U B sub 1. Okay. Okay. If you choose to just pay off the minimum monthly payment each month, you'll see that the compound interest will dramatically reduce your ability to lower your debt. Let's look at an example. If you've got a $5,000 balance on a credit card with 18% annual interest rate and the minimum monthly payment is 2% of the current balance, we will have the following repayment schedule if you only pay the minimum payment each month. So the minimum payment was $100, unpaid balance was $4,900, interest was $73.50, so it's $4,900 plus $73.50. And the minimum payment on that was $99.47, and the unpaid balance on was $48.74.03. Okay, you can see that a lot of your payment is going to cover interest. If you work this through month 12, you'll see that after a year you will have paid $1,165.63, and yet you will still owe $4,691.11 on what was originally a $5,000 debt. Pretty depressing. I don't think depressing is the word that I would use for that at all, but I think the correct word is usury. So it's like you pay off a little over, you pay off basically $400, no, $300, like a little over $300 of your original debt is paid off, yet you paid $1,100, like 3 times as much. Yeah. Next. Paying debt off in a year. Write a program to calculate the credit card balance after 1 year if a person only pays the minimum monthly payment required by the credit card company each month. So what they just did over there, basically. Let's see. I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like being a little naughty and just playing a game. I think I'm gonna do it because we finished that set. We can start with this tomorrow. Tomorrow's a bit of a shortened day, so maybe we can get through these 3. Yeah? Yeah, I say we do that. I say we totally do that. We're gonna totally do that right now. Don't tell. I'm even going to keep it so on the down low. I'm not even going to change my stream title or anything like that. Super secret. Super secret. I feel like by the time I wrapped my head around the problems and started putting it in, it'd be time for me to leave, and that gets to be like a little difficult and frustrating to be so interrupted. That's why generally I try to do this coding in like, 3 to 5 hour blocks. Yeah, because it doesn't work. It takes me a little while to get in and settled and start, so I can't get much done in an hour unless it's just watching some of the videos and learning that way, and then fine. But writing problems, that takes me a bit of focus is required for that. So we can do this instead. And you know what I got? I've got some loot chests we can open. Sorry. Alright, we'll see how that works. Man, why is this taking so long? Is it not gonna run? Is my computer just gonna die? Ugh. Man, even slowly. Maybe it's too much stuff open. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna play some games right now. Yes. Probably get like 1 in. I gotta play Specialist, which might be interesting. Do I have some that are close to the level? Student Zebo is fun. Let's hope we get a good map. We should change his loadout. I love. Oh, no! I missed it! There's no announcer. Damn it. So we have double specialist on our team, and mage, and ranged, and a healer. Other side has assassin, mage. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know. Ooh, oh no. What's this? What's my... Oh no, yeah. I'm using almost half of my CPU. Ooh, sorry. And we're less than 60 frames per second. But it looks like my dropped frames are better now. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll have to close the spider in the spider python window in Anaconda. This really feels like some Belinda Carlisle stuff. Like, oh, like 80s.
Minions of hell stronger.
Let us hope it is not so.
Anybody else in voice chat? No, just me. Corpse spiders. Plague of toads. Increase range of my abilities. Yes, let's away from everything. Oh no, I've got so much lag. I don't know, it must just be like streaming and trying to do this with other things open, maybe? Oh. Too bad, sorry. Ah! I trapped myself. Such a dummy. Oh no, get out of here. I see her over there. No, stay away from me. I got extra toads. Oh god, my whole team died. Oh my god, this is terrible, terrible, terrible.
Control them and let loose the Dragon Knight.
Oh shit! Get running, run! Just run! Oh my god, so much lag.
Activate the shrine and the dragon's power is yours.
Oh shit, are you kidding me? Get on there, okay. My team's doing good stuff. I guess I was doing what I was supposed to do. Yeah, butcher. Maybe this? This? Okay, okay, I'm going. Bye, butcher! Ha! Bye, Li Ming! Yes, I love it. Alright. Get off my lawn. That's right. Oh my god, so much lag. Yeah. Zombie. I found zombie wall is actually like really good against Butcher because you kind of stop him from charging. Oh, damn. Man, this lag is killing me.
My strike is true.
Damn. There we go. Got him that time.
Without hesitation.
Shit.
My cast
Oh, I trapped myself like an idiot. Oh, I just missed that.
choose a talent.
Ravenous Spirit. Gargantuan. Probably Gargantuan's best.
Yes.
What? Big magic, thank you. Awesome. Hope work is going okay. Your art. Let's kill everything. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Dead. Dead, 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 dead. It's a slideshow. Oh no! Thanks for telling me.
The shrine.
But yeah, I'm having trouble
The
too.
dragon knight calls from within the stone.
I worry that he's gonna try and like me to come out someplace where I'm gonna be.
Your death comes.
Activate the shrines. Take the dragon knight's power.
Let's kill it, kill it, kill it. That's it? Sure, that's what you did? Tough guy.
I strike at your heart.
Woo! More legs! So many more legs! Okay, let me go stand on this. And I'm gonna go up and do that.
Without hesitation.
Oh, nice job, Bella. Good idea.
My strike is true.
What are they? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Spirits whisper.
Yeah, I can tell my screen is freezing. I've got so much stuff dying. What we're gonna do? Well, I want to win this game.
I strike at your heart. Let's drop me. Choose a talent.
Oh shit! I missed that. Nice, hilarious. Bye!
Choose a talent.
Bye, Li Ming! Oh, let's see. Maybe this one? Let's just finish this. Can we just finish this, please? Let's just finish. This is ridiculous. Just finish. Okay, and yeah, sorry. I will turn off some things before the next slideshow. See. Let me go here. Let's close that. Minimize that. Let's less than 10 minutes. Yeah, that was amazing. Loved it. Fantastic. Exit. All right, let's see if I can close it and then restart. I'll close some of the other things I got. Oh, wait, I know. Let's close some of the other things I got. Like this one. Close. This one. Close. See if that helps at all. I'm still using like 48% of my CPU. It could just be like, this is just too much for my little computer to handle with that and that. If that's the case, then I just do Python, and then I play games in my free time. Let's see. Let's see if this will settle down at all. Wave. What time is it? I think I got time for one more. I'm gonna do another Nazeebo game. Sure.
I hear the call.
Like 30 frames per second, I guess, is supposed to be what's happening, but it's probably not, so I don't know, whatever. I'm only using like 25% of my CPU, but it's only like 30 frames a second. I don't know. I don't know. And my notifications aren't actually coming up. So that's cool. Oh, there it is. Let's close that one. Can I close this one? Let's do it. See if that helps at all. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on my live stream. It still seems a little like halting. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, potato. All right, let's see if we can win this one. Who is on my team? Okay, that looks fun. Wow, 1938 level. Damn. That's like the highest I've ever seen. Maybe we ain't gonna win this one. That person plays a lot of HOTS. I feel like I play HOTS sometimes, not a lot. I don't do it for, hours and hours. 1938, that's someone who plays a lot of heroes. So I'm a little bit worried that they might be good. And no music now. Game sounds.
Fight well, brother.
Battle beginning. Ready up.
The spirits bid me go.
It's still like kind of laggy. I'm probably not really gonna hit corpse spiders that much. Yeah. Super lag. I'll go top.
The battle commences in 10 seconds.
Let's increase the range.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To victory. The spirits whisper agreement.
Let's do this one. Who's here? Oh, I see you.
Spirits guide us.
Don't think so, Samuro. No! Ah!
My strike is true.
Get my stacks off him, fool.
I go. The truth burns.
Oh my god, so much lag. I'm sorry. I totally understand. People are just like, nope, can't do it. I totally get it.
Truth binds you. I go. Your evil undone. Yes.
Damn, I threw it too far. Damn, I missed that one too. God damn!
Your evil undone. Choose talent.
Missed him there too. Damn. Let's do this one. Oh shit!
The truth binds you.
I gotta go back. Oh no, I got back. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I don't know why
Now
it's
I
not so good. Maybe it's not
That will
happy
fall
with
in just
how
a
much
few
my
moments.
OBS is
I
using.
hope you're ready.
Or maybe I need to lower my like levels on bots. I wonder if that would help too.
The way is clear. The truth binds you.
The shamblers rise! Slay them! Claim their seeds!
The truth binds you. The spirit's whisper. Demons. The truth binds you.
Ah, damn it.
Spirits guide us. I strike at your heart. Yes. The spirits aid me. My curse upon you. Of course. Choose a talent.
Where are we going here?
The truth binds. Yes. The way is clear. Your evil
Oh no! Run! Damn! I got nothing there. I'm gonna need some help.
Back for now.
I'm gonna need some help there. Oh man, I'll have to like. I wonder if I can do that now. No, that's not what I want to do. Options, graphics, medium. Let's do high instead. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it's super pissed. I shouldn't have touched anything.
It's over for now.
Okay. Let's go here. Let's get these guys. Do something. Oh my god, it's so choppy. I'm sorry, everybody. Don't even feel like you have to be here. It's terrible. I totally understand that. I would not feel bad. Just get the camp! Get the camp! Get the camp! I live with less than 100 health. That was crazy. Alright, we're gonna come down here. Run and defend.
Choose a talent. Our fort has been destroyed. Spirits will be
I killed somebody. That was good. I did that. Ah!
fort demolished.
Riding my surfboard. Riding my surfboard.
We must not
Yeah, don't worry about like reloading your stuff. It's not you.
strike is true.
Enemy killing spree over.
Ah! Run away! Run away! Oh damn!
Too far.
All right, I gotta take the hold on. Craig calls. Craig calls. All right, where am I going? Here.
You ready for some amusement?
This is where I'm going.
Bands. Michael.
Help here! Help! 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 Help!
What a joyous night to have a curse.
Of course.
Kill it! Kill it fast!
My strike is true. Choose a
Come on! Come on! Let's do that, I guess. I don't know. Probably that's not even what I needed.
The way is clear.
Yes, that is enough. Soon the garden terror will be yours.
Yes.
Come on, what are we doing here, team?
The terror awaits. Come, take its power.
I see your heart. The way is clear.
Excellent. March forth. Uproot your enemy's forts.
Without hesitation.
Come up here and clear this out while he's like punching through there.
Without hesitation. Lord, go and go through.
Bye! Bye, Diva! Bye! Focus here. Come on. Focus here. There we go. There we go.
When done is great.
too bad.
Unformed land with you.
My beautiful terror has fallen.
Oh shit, stop passing it back and forth. Let's get out of here. Let's see, what are we doing? Sure.
Without hesitation. My strike is true. God will be punished. I strike at your heart. Let rule begin.
The sun dawns. My children must sleep. For now.
Damn it!
It's not your time.
There was no way I was getting out of that. We gotta hurry. We need one seed. Oh my god. Oh man, don't die! No! Come on! Really? Don't just like roll out there and die and die and die. Let's go together. Dude, first, it seems like I can't stream with Streamlabs OBS and Heroes. I'm gonna have to like turn down the stuff, or I don't know.
We must not delay.
Bye, guys.